Second, before we know anything else about him, we would give you a general risk of having a child with cystic fibrosis with him of 1 in 100.
Okay.
How how does that sound?
Is that I'm not really sure what to think of it. Should I think is that a large number? Is that a low number? High number? Um,
well?
I'm thinking 1 out of every 100 people. I'm thinking, well, that doesn't seem too bad. But then,
Right.
I have to think, okay, well, how many people are there? And so.
Right. It's definitely a little elevated when you just compare it to anybody out there on the street you might run into. That's mostly though just because that we already know that the potential exists. Just because we see with your son and you that this is something that is in your family already. So to a certain extent, some of the uncertainty has been taken out of it for us. So it is a little higher than you would see with population incidence if I just randomly picked two people and said, what are the odds of them having a baby with cystic fibrosis? Definitely is higher than that. But that's just because we know more in this case.
Okay.
Now, there are definitely some other options where we can learn more about Mr. T.
Okay.
And those involve some testing options.
Okay.
Where, depending on how those tests come back, we can look for a lot of the changes that can cause cystic fibrosis. And we still won't be able to give you a concrete yes or no. But we'll either be able to give you a positive result for him, in which case it would greatly increase your chances, and he would have the same 50% chance of passing on the change to a child, or it could greatly diminish the chance of having a child with cystic fibrosis if it came back negative.
Okay.
So in either case, it's still a chance, and it could still go either way.
Okay.
But it would definitely give you a little more concrete of a way of knowing.
Okay. But if we get him tested and he comes back that he doesn't have, the gene, that lowers the risk
Yes.
of having another child with cystic fibrosis.
Definitely.
Okay.
It would lower.
But if he does have it, then we know that there's a much more increased chance.
We would. We could go as high as saying that there's a 1 1/4 chance of you having a child with him.
Okay.
That would be affected with cystic fibrosis.
Okay.
Okay. Does that sound clear? Any other questions with it?
It does. Is this something that I gave to him, to my child, or is it something that I did?
It's not something you did. We don't like to assign blame for any of this.
Okay.
It's just part of how we're made up, and it's just part. It was part of the combination of you and your previous partner and chance.
Okay.
It's a little. It all has to kind of shake out in a certain way, and in this case, it did. But it's nothing you did or could have done differently. It's just one of these things that can happen sometimes.
Okay. Okay.
Would you like to see exactly where his different risks would be if it came back negative?
Whatever you think it would be helpful. I think we should definitely get him tested and as soon as possible and find out because we want to try and have a baby soon. So.
Right. Well, obviously he needs to be here for us to test him. We can't just steal some of his blood in the middle of the night.
Well, he's picking me up, so I'll just bring him in.
Okay.
If we can do that.
We can meet with him today. That's fine.
Okay.
Should we? Do you want to give him a call and we can see if he?
Well, he'll come by.
Okay.
We'll just go on.
All right. Are there any other questions you have, or any concerns you have as far as bringing it up with him? Do you think he'll be receptive to testing?
I think he will be.
Okay.
He's done a lot of research, and he knows that there's a risk. So I think, will be really receptive to getting tested to make sure that, to find out our risk and hopefully lower it so that we can have a baby.
Okay, that sounds great. Do you feel comfortable explaining to him everything I just explained to you? Could you?
Sort of.
Okay. Do you want to give it a try? See if you can.
I'll try it, but can I contact you if we have questions afterwards?
Definitely.
Okay.
You can have my card.
Thank you.
I can definitely answer any questions you have. would you feel comfortable just trying a dry run on me just to hear how it sounds? Give it a whirl.
Okay. So, I'm pretty sure what you said was that with this type of disorder, with cystic fibrosis, you have to have 2 copies of the gene. Is that right?
Right.
And so I have one, and my previous partner had one, and then we both passed that down to my son.
Now, it's going to sound a little nitpicky, but you're going to pass on the gene in either case. What you're concerned about is a change in the gene,
Okay.
which could cause kind of a malfunction of it.
Okay.
So in either case, you're going to pass down the gene. You're both going to pass down
Okay.
a gene to him.
Okay.
It's kind of one of those things where genetic counselors get to say, "Oh wait," but it is an important distinction.
Okay. So with any other pregnancies I have a 50% chance of passing down that change to a new baby.
That's right.
And my husband, or my partner now, Mr. T, we don't know if he has the change or not.
Right.
So we have to do some tests to find out.
Right.
And then if he does have the change, or one of the changes, I think you said there were many.
There are a few different ones. There's some that are more common. The test that we do, they'll generally we have a few options. We can do one that tests for 32 mutations. We can do one that tests for 97.
Okay.
We'll probably honestly just do the one that tests for 32 with you because most of the one that does 97 is more aimed at different segments of the population. Some changes that won't be as frequent with Caucasian couples.
Okay.
That said, if you'd like to just be thorough, we could do the 97 too. We don't pick up that much more, but it's something that we can totally do.
Okay. Well, I feel comfortable with whatever you suggest.
All right.
So.
It sounds like you have a pretty good grasp on it. Do you have any other questions? How are things going with your son?
He's doing okay. We've got him some therapies and things. He's got that vest that shakes him.
Okay.
I think to shake the mucus out or something.
Yeah,
So.
give him the pats on
Yeah,
the back
give him
and
the
help him
pats on
clear
the
it out.
back. So he's doing okay. Some days are better than others,
Sure.
obviously, and we try to keep him from getting everything that comes down the pike. But he's doing okay. I mean, he's a tough little guy. So.
All right, that's good. Sounds like things are going well. We'll start with the testing. I was going to start asking you about the potential of another child, but we can get there another day.
Okay.
Unless that's something you want to talk about now, I'll leave that up to your discretion.
I think that we'll start with the testing. I think that's the best place to start,
Okay.
and then go from there. It's been a lot of information,
Yeah.
so I'm just making sure it all sinks in.
I was starting to, but I don't want to overwhelm you. I think we have enough on our plate for right now.
Okay.
And you have my information. You can give me a call. Any questions that you have, that your partner has, just let me know.
Okay.
And I hope it works out.
Excellent.
We'll be in touch.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.